goals that you guys want to achieve this year?
I mean, be better than last year, establish an identity, from jump, which I feel like we're on the right road towards. Just having, the whole team here a month ago, guys in early, happy to be in, and just working hard, building chemistry in the locker room, outside of the facility, and, carrying on to translate to the court. So, be better than last year, and win, and, be a top 4 seed, and, being a playing team is not an option.
Hey, Dejounte, I asked Addy about it earlier. How excited are you to play with him again? I mean, when you heard that he's going to be joining you?
I mean, I made sure his locker was next to mine. So, that's one of my vets, great friend of mine. I look at him as family. Even bringing him to the team, when I was talking to Landry and Quinn and all them guys, he's a hard worker. He's a great guy. It's almost like he's perfect. Nobody's perfect, but he's a high energy guy, high character. And like I said, he worked hard. And he's only going to affect everybody around the organization in a great way.
Dejounte, this will be your first year having a full season under the tutelage of Coach Quinn. What do you think that'll do for your game individually, and then how would that help you as a leader of the Hawks?
I mean, Quinn, like I spoke highly of him. That's just me speaking the truth and natural, relationship that me and him have. And ever since he got here, it's been that. It also helps. He's a Seattle guy, like I always say. But even back starting in July when he, was able to bring the whole staff around, and I committed to being around the summer league team and all the coaches and just putting in extra work and trying to see where we're going, and what he's trying to, the identity he's trying to build for this team. So just as an individual, it's been great. I'm pretty sure he could tell you just, me showing up, doing what I love to do, which is work hard, being around everybody. And, I think it would be great. I always said my better days is ahead, even when I was younger, as I mature, grow up and learn this game and get more and more comfortable with this game. But I think it would be great, as an individual, but, mainly as us as a whole, we're going to build our identity and the fans to have, great things to look forward, and, Atlanta will be a great place, to watch, when you're watching the team.
Hey, DJ, since you've arrived, you've been one of the better leaders or bigger leaders on the team, and even in the summer league, the rookies were talking about how you reached out to them and all that. What do you think it is, that allows you to naturally be a leader? And how do you see your role as a leader growing this season?
I mean, it's just who I am as a person. I don't know how to fake or pretend, that's just who I've always been since a kid. My family, friends, anybody that know me since I was, a kid, they'll tell you I've always, been a leader, never followed, a trend or the crowd or nothing. So, that's just me being me. And at the end of the day, I'm just trying to help everybody because we always can help each other, be there for each other, and grow with each other. So, me, just if I see something, it's not just me, preaching it. I got to live by it and stand by it as well. So if I'm telling a young guy or anybody to work harder, I can't be out there slacking or missing workouts or going through the motions. So, I lead by example. Actions speak louder than words, and that's pretty much how I can put that.
Hey, Dejounte. You've been in Atlanta for a year now. How do you feel the city has impacted you this last year, and what have you enjoyed most about being here?
I mean, I love the culture. I love what they stand for. And like I said, continue to just get comfortable and learn the city, learn the history. Atlanta, Georgia. But like I said, I love it here. Even the impact. I love the culture. Like I said, I can relate to a lot of it. So, we fit well, and I continue to, live here longer and, continue to learn about everything about it.
Dejounte, you shot 34% last year from 3 on over 5 attempts a game. What has been your offensive focus this offseason in addition to the strong three-point shooting to make an already elite offense even stronger?
I mean, being consistent and being more efficient. And, I think that goes into, what kind of team we are. That word I've been saying, building the identity from the jump. You don't want to be just a player just out there playing, going through the motions. It's a team game, going as a team game. So, I keep it simple. I work on everything. I never limit myself, never get content or comfortable. So, I've been working extremely hard, and, it helps having, coaches, you know, building a real identity and what we're trying to be as a team, not just as an individual. And that's where, when you have that, it helps you as an individual be efficient and more consistent in the right way.
Hey, Dejounte. This summer, what was the experience like getting to play with Mohamed Gay at Isaiah Thomas's tournament up in Washington? And like, how have you begun to help him prepare for his first NBA season?
I mean, first of all, he went to Wazoo, so that's like our rival. But not on a serious note. He's a great young man, high character guy. He works extremely hard. You know, like I told him, you're supposed to be here. You know, so act like it in a humble way. You know, and you don't really got to tell him too much. You know, like I said, he's mature, high character guy, and he works extremely hard. So, you know, me, I'm just doing my part, you know, trying to show all of them, not just him, you know, that this is possible. And if you learn and put the work in and don't be that guy that you act like you know everything from now even to, you know, if you make it past 5-10 years, you're always willing to learn and work hard, you know, you'll see yourself grow and great things will happen for you. So, you know, he's a great person and, you know, I look forward to helping him, not just now or, you know, here, but forever as much as I can.
Hey, Dejounte.
How you doing?
How are you? I know you said you wanted to spend some time with your family in the off season. Just over the years, how has your approach to the off season changed, and how are you able to balance working out and spending that time with your family?
I mean, just with my family, though, they understand, you know, my position. They understand who I am as a person. You know, they know I always want to grow, and I always use, you know, there's always room to improve as a man, as a person, father, a basketball player, whatever I'm doing. And like I said, having a family, you know, family, friends, and people around me, because you can have people around you that don't understand that, you know, and I'm in control of my own destiny. So, you know, me wanting to be a great man, a great father, a great family man in general, but also a great basketball player, you know, it comes with growing and a lot of work. So, like I said, having the people around me, you know, understanding that, you know, make sure you're at the gym, which they don't have to tell me, but, you know, they always telling me, they always there with me in the gym, or if they're not, you know, they know what I'm doing. So, and nothing changes. You know, obviously having 2 daughters, that changes, but, you know, you find a balance and you get your work done, and, you know, you have a support system and you get through it that way.
Dejounte, it's been a lot of movement in the Eastern Conference during this offseason, so this will be the first time, well, this will be another season, where we get to see you and Trey in the backcourt together. What are your thoughts on where you guys stand in the Eastern Conference and just some of the moves that have been made this year?
I mean, as far as the moves, I'm a competitor, so, you know, I want to play the best. You know, I never signed up to play this game to go through the motions or not compete at a high level. So, you know, that's out of my control. That's out of the Atlanta Hawks' control with everything going on around the league. But, you know, I think it's great for the NBA, you know, and great for that team if that's how they feel they made the right moves or wrong moves, whatever. But it's out of my control, in our control as a whole. But, you know, as far as me and Trey, you know, I said this, you know, to him, you know, and to other people, you know, if it starts with us, but we also determine, you know, how this team could be. So if we're unselfish, the whole team's gonna be unselfish. If we're selfish, it's gonna be a selfish team. So if we want to win and go, you know, a long way and make this thing fun, because you look around the room from the young guys to the older guys, you know, we got, you know, a great roster and high character guys. So, you know, like I said, with me and Trey, you know, it starts with us as far as if we're gonna be unselfish, then you're gonna see a great team, an unselfish team, and then everybody's gonna have fun.
Dejounte, I was curious to know, what was the importance for you to commit to this team long-term this offseason rather than waiting and maybe having more options or more money on the table, that sort of thing, but you wanted to do it now?
I mean, I'm a loyal guy. I stand on loyalty with my family, my friends, my work. You know, loyalty is just who I am as a person. You know, I don't know nothing else but loyalty and love. You know, so there was no surprising. You know, when the trade happened, when I came from San Antonio, I was already committed to, you know, Atlanta, even though I had a year or 2 years left on my contract. But, you know, it's easier said than done, you know. And like I've always said, I count the years, I don't count the money. You know, I don't count other players' pockets, other men's pocket. I wasn't raised that way. You know, I come from zero. So, you know, all of this is just a truly blessing and a testament of my hard work and who I am as a person. So, you you know, like I said, I'm loyal and I was committed from day one, and nothing never changed.
The Hawks have another international game this year, playing in Mexico City. I was just curious, what are you excited most about playing on a world stage like that, and have you brushed up on your Spanish at all?
I mean, I've in San Antonio, I've been there 3 times, so you know I'm familiar with going over to Mexico. It's going to be a great atmosphere, you know, from off the floor to on the floor. It's going to be a high excitement game. The fans love basketball, and you know, as everybody, if you haven't been there, you'll see, you know, and if you've been there, you understand and know that. And you know, I'm always down to, like I said, play basketball at the highest level, and you know, the fans is a big part of it. So to see the NBA continue to expand and you know, have these games, you know, in another country just shows where, you know, basketball is going, you know, from a U.S. standpoint.
Dejounte, right here on the right. How do you feel this team can take a leap defensively this season?
I mean, for us to be great, we have to, you know, even starting with myself, you know, I have to be better, you know, just taking accountability, you know, being better and, you know, doing it with my actions. But, you know, for where we want to go, which should be to the highest level, and, you know, starting with that, it starts in the defense end, not just one guy or 3 guys. It's the whole team, you know, whoever's on the floor, which is 5 guys at all time. And everybody have to be on the same page, you know, and it's a pride thing at the end of the day. So, you know, for where we want to go, you know, defense is the #1 thing, and then everything else will fall in place.
Now that you've now that you've established yourself kind of here as a leader and you're going to be here long term, what do you think right now this team's identity is, and what do you want it to be eventually?
That's what we still building, but what I can say is in the right direction, from the young guys that's here to the older guys, or the guys that's been here, just everybody in the whole, you know. You can see the difference from the front office, you know, the coaching staff down to the players. And like I said, you know, you had, you know, pretty much 90% of the team to almost the whole team here in August. And you know, me, you know, going into my 8th year, I've never seen that. You know, you always got the veteran guys and older guys in general just doing their own thing, which they can. But like I said, seeing the commitment of not only the front office, not only the coaches, but the players and all of us here early and competing at a high level, learning, smiling, and just working hard shows that, you know, we're building a great identity and we're going in the right direction to, you know, winning basketball.
All right, last question.
I know you only spent 1 season with him, but just what was the initial reaction to the John trade? I mean, I'm sure he's a big leader in the locker room with you guys, and Trey and John.
I mean, you know, John's he's like I said, we speak about the high character. He was like the heart and soul. You know, when I got here, just observing, you know, I'm somebody who observe any room I'm in and just try to get to know people. And obviously I know John for a long time. He spent over 7 years in, you know, Washington, where I'm from. So, you know, I know him, and I always knew he was a great guy. But until you're around somebody, you really, you know, get to see who they are as a person and how they operate. So, you know, John, like I said, was a heart and soul, just his energy. You know, we could have lost 2-3 games in a row. We could have won 3 games in a row. He was the same person, and he treated everybody with respect. And, you know, lastly, he worked hard. So, you know, if he just keep those things, you know, he'll be great. And this is the NBA. You know, like I said, as a player, you control what you can control. And trade, waive, and signing with new teams, that's out of your control. You work hard, you learn, be a great person, and, you know, the rest, you know, falls in place. So, you know, I wish him the best. I still talk to him, you know, a lot. And he's with great people in Utah, and he'll have, you know, a great time in Utah.
Thanks, DJ.